Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy. Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy. Can't you see she's spittin' nerdy? Look at her, she's spittin' nerdy.
Good morning, everyone. Today is my last day at my parents' house before I drive on back home to LA, and I have enjoyed my time at home so much. It's been so nice to like just relax a little bit. My mom's been super helpful. She did my laundry. She's been helping me cook. It's a good life when you live at home. I also feel like health-wise, I've gotten exponentially better. I mean, I might be speaking too soon again because I did that before and got worse, but I feel like I'm a lot better, so fingers crossed. That does worry me that means there might be something in my house in LA that I'm reacting to, so when I go back, I'll get worse again. But I guess we'll find out. But anyway, right now I am making some breakfast. I went to the farmer's market first thing when I got here. I went to the farmer's market and got some amazing meat. So I'm making some lamb kebabs, and then I'm gonna make some little like flatbready things with like all the greens I could find in the fridge. We have pesto, artichoke, broccoli, sprouts, microgreens, arugula, and I'm gonna throw in a little bit of avocado. And I just finished cooking up my little cassava flour tortillas that are just chilling in the oven right now to stay warm. Don't really know how this is gonna turn out. I just kind of wanted to use up some of my stuff in the fridge so I don't have to take too much back home, but we'll see. Guys, I have no idea how I managed to make something so hashtag aesthetic, but I am so excited to dive into these. Wow. Now my mom and I are off. I'm running some businessy errands, and then we're gonna go for a little walk on the beach to like hang out, chit chat, you know, because I'm leaving tomorrow. So I want to spend time with the momster. And then we're gonna go to a cafe and get some more work done because I got lots of work to do. A big part of me wishes I was actually staying in San Diego a little bit longer because A, I feel so good. Like I feel like I'm getting healthier and my skin is looking tremendously better. But I've also been quite a bit less productive. Like I've still definitely been really productive while I've been here and gotten a lot of work done, but not like as productive as I would be if I were home. I'm also missing my big camera and some of the equipment I need to like do my actual job. So like I have to go home. Part of me just kind of wants to stay and have my mom cook with me all the time and do my laundry and take care of me. You're the best, Mommy.
I love you, my dear.
I love you. So just finished all my errands and it started raining. So much for a walk on the beach, I guess. I mean, I could walk in the rain, but like, I don't really wanna. Y'all, it's coming down hard now. This is not how I was planning on having my day going. When I left the house early, I was like, huh, I don't need a sweatshirt. It's warm outside. But now it'd be really nice to have a hoodie. Do you have a hoodie in here that I can steal?
Nope.
Darn. So now I guess we're just off to the coffee shop to go get some work done. I guess if the rain lets up in like an hour, we could go for a quick walk before going back home. Maybe. We'll see. Unfortunately, did not end up getting a walk-in today, but I have been super productive editing. Gonna save that, so that's nice to actually be like getting stuff done. But the last few days, like since I've been home, I have barely been active. I've been on like one walk, and you guys know that in the last couple months I have drastically cut down on my exercise. For the last couple weeks, I've basically only been walking and doing a little bit of like corrective and mobility exercise, but other than that, there's like no cardio, no resistance training, no nothing. Just focusing on occasional movement. And as I was gradually reducing exercise, I think the biggest issue for me was just the fact that I love exercise and it makes me feel so good. And so pulling away from that kind of had a little bit of an identity crisis, just didn't physically feel as good because I wasn't being as active, but ultimately, like, it's clearly been benefiting my health, so it was clearly a very good decision. And only a small part of me was at all afraid of gaining fat from completely cutting exercise, because it would be really, really easy to go from, you know, I basically went from training 6 days a week to training 0 days a week very, very quickly, and just keeping a little bit of movement in there. And for a lot of people, especially with certain styles of training, it would be really easy to go from training at that frequency to not training and end up gaining a ton of fat. But kind of surprisingly, and obviously thankfully, I have not gained any weight since decreasing my exercise, since basically cutting out all my exercise. I've actually ended up losing weight. Other than in the last week, I've started to get like swollen from whatever my body's going through, so I've put on a bit of water weight. But other than that, like fat-wise, I definitely have not gained fat. May have lost a little bit of muscle. That might be where the weight loss is coming from, but I think I've also leaned out. Like, I think I've actually somehow lost fat without any exercise. And not only without exercise, but after going from exercising a ton to not exercising at all. So I kind of just wanted to quickly talk about that transition for me and how I managed it, and what steps or tools I implemented to make sure I wouldn't gain any weight when I completely cut out my exercise. And basically the number one thing that I did is, when I was training 6 days a week, I was also tracking calories. Like, I was making sure I was eating enough, and I was also for a while like eating in a deficit because I was attempting to cut. So I knew how much I was eating, I was tracking, I was on point, and that was keeping me from like my weight fluctuating where I didn't want it to go. As soon as I cut exercise, I stopped tracking. I went straight to intuitive eating because I genuinely had no idea how many calories my body would need without any training. And I knew it would take me weeks of trial and error with tracking to figure out how many calories I needed to eat with no exercise. You know, you can use calculators that give you an approximation, but honestly, like, since I decided to drop all my aesthetic goals, I didn't really feel a need to try to recalculate my calories, because I knew that if I were to eat intuitively, I would maintain weight, because I've learned how to eat intuitively to the point where I know that if I just eat when I'm hungry and stop when I'm full, my weight will stay the same and my body composition won't like drastically fluctuate. So since cutting out exercise, I've basically cut out tracking as well. I did track for a few days because obviously, you know, I'm experiencing health issues. I wanted to make sure that I was getting enough protein, enough fat, enough carbs, enough calories, and all of that. And the days that I tracked, my macros and my calories are looking pretty darn good. If you're at all curious about how much I'm actually eating, I can't really give you a good answer, but I can tell you that I tracked about 7 days total, and I ate anywhere from 1,400 to about 2,500 calories. I would guess my average is like 1,800 to 2,000, but honestly, not tracking, I don't have a clue. But this is the beauty of intuitive eating, and why I think the goal for everyone ultimately should be to learn how to effectively intuitively eat, because you don't want to be tracking calories the rest of your life. Like, that is just not practical. It's not fun. It's a hassle. It's not something that you want to have to be doing when you're like 50 at a Christmas party. Like, no. Tracking calories can be an amazing tool. I am 100% pro people tracking calories as long as you're doing it in a healthy way and not using it to be like insanely restrictive or like ending up getting disordered thoughts surrounding food. Tracking is amazing. But ultimately, intuitive eating is even more amazing and a lot more convenient. If I had been doing hours of cardio every week, like if I were doing an hour of cardio 6 days a week and then suddenly cut that, I would have had to drastically cut back on my calories in order to not gain a ton of weight. Thankfully, the training that I've been doing has been resistance training. And so what this has done is it's basically sped up my metabolism. It has built a solid muscle base on me. Like, you know, I got some muscles, I got some quads and muscles going on down into butt. I burn calories with my butt. I know that sounds ridiculous, but like that's actually true. Like, because I, with my exercise, was building muscle, I was speeding up my metabolism, and as soon as you cut exercise, you don't lose that muscle. That muscle stays there and it continues to burn calories, because muscle is a very energy expensive tissue. I've said this before, but the more muscle you have, the more calories your body has to burn throughout the day just to maintain that muscle. So because I took the time to build a solid muscle base, when I stopped exercising, I still have my muscle working for me. I still have my muscle like chugging along, burning calories, and so I can still eat quite a bit bit more than I would if I hadn't built as much muscle and I didn't have as much muscle working for me burning calories. Again, this is why I advocate for resistance training over pure cardio when it comes to fat loss. So basically, my secret for how to stay lean with basically no exercise and very little movement is to have put in the years of hard work to build a solid muscular foundation that will continue to work for you and burn calories for you even without exercise. And then also to have put in the effort to learn to truly eat intuitively so that you can just listen to your body, give it what it needs, and not have to worry about calories, not have to worry about whether or not, you know, you're estimating your new maintenance calories properly or any of that stuff that just is time consuming and stressful. But speaking of eating intuitively, I'm actually getting kind of hungry right now. It's a little bit late and I haven't eaten much today. Pretty much every day since I've been in San Diego, I have eaten a lot. I'm pretty sure I've been kind of over my maintenance calories for the last few days. And so today I'm genuinely not feeling very hungry. Intuitive eating, what do you know? And I am going to dinner in about an hour, so I probably honestly should not eat very much right now, but I want a snack. So I think, let's go get a snack. I'll export my video and it'll be exporting while I go get a snack. It'll be great. So I've decided to make a little adaptogenic golden milk latte. I've been using this blend of golden milk. I get it at my farmer's market. It's from Zen's Tea House and it's absolutely amazing. It tastes so good just by itself and it's literally just turmeric, cinnamon, and ginger powder. It's delicious. So I'm gonna use a little bit of that, add some collagen in there just to get some collagen. Gonna do some carob powder just to make it chocolatey because you know I love chocolate. And then for adaptogens, I'm just gonna go with the reishi again. Reishi's kind of become my default adaptogen while I have been doing AIP because it's really good at reducing stress levels, helping balance your cortisol and all that good stuff. Really quick though, going back to what I was saying about staying lean without exercise, just because you can stay lean without exercise doesn't mean that that should be the goal. Like, the goal should always be to do what's healthiest for your body. And for most people, that means exercising regardless of what your aesthetic goals are. Even if your goals are just to maintain your exact physique. Like, exercising for the majority of people is going to be healthier than not exercising. So unless you have some sort of chronic illness, chronic sickness that is making it less healthy for you to exercise than not to exercise, I highly recommend exercise. I cut out exercise because I could feel that my body just needed time away from the gym. I could tell that spending time in the gym was taking more of a toll on my body than my body was prepared to handle. That I needed to take that energy that my body is using to recover from the gym and put that towards healing my body. So please, if you can exercise, do exercise. If you can exercise, I'm jealous of you. I can't wait until I can get back into the gym and exercise because, oof, feels so good. For dinner tonight, my family and I are going to a new restaurant that literally just opened in San Diego. Someone posted about it in one of the AIP groups that I'm in and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be in San Diego soon. I need to go check this out. So hopefully I can find something there and not just have to order like steamed carrots or something like that, but we shall see. I'm really excited. Their menu looks pretty darn good.
One of the best to ever do it.
Here we go, roasted vegetables, stop making fun of me. Roasted vegetables, some steak, little bits of greens. Exactly what I need. Dinner last night was really good. Did you like dinner last night?
Yes, it was excellent.
Would you go back?
Yes.
Okay, good. It was nice to find something with AIP compliant food that made me very, very happy. And now is the day to go back to San Diego, but first, my mom and I are making, oh my god, I always say that, it's time to go back to LA. But first my mom and I are making tiger nut milk because on AIP the only other milk option is coconut milk, and since coconut milk is on my no-no list right now, we're trying tiger nut milk. You can't buy it anywhere, so you gotta make your own. So we're gonna see how this goes. it could be a disaster. If you don't know, these are tiger nuts, and they're not actually nuts. They're tubers, and they're just like these small little like berry-shaped tubers, and they're really, really hard to eat when they're not soaked. But we just soaked those for about 36 hours, and now they're like actually good, and they're pretty sweet. So I kind of have high hopes for this, but we'll see what happens. That's really sweet.
Is that really good?
Oh, that's so good. That's
like...
Why is this
like
not
horchata.
a thing? Why do people not make this all the time?
It's like horchata.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
so
So
good.
to the tiger nut milk, we added some cinnamon, vanilla, and just a wee bit of maple syrup. Here's the finished product. I'm so excited to go home and make some like hot chocolates and adaptogenic lattes, and life is gonna be good again now that I have some plant milk in my life. But speaking of going home, it is now time to pack up my stuff and go home. So I think I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comments below. We can have a little chit chat, talk about whatever you wanna talk about. If you wanna see more videos from me all about health and fitness, you can check them out over here. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button because it really does support me and my channel, and I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your neighbors. And if you wanna see future videos from me all about health and fitness, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to get notified when I post a new video, hit the little notification bell, and I will see you very soon. Bye.